Big Jim Greenaway here to start testing the 51s.
Yeah. Who is he anyway?
Griffin, 51 muffled. Cardinal 51 pipe. This is Jose Modesto. He's flying Dave Midgley's plane. 51 pipe with a Midgley 51 pipe.
Who's that burn over there?
Testing, testing.
I thought they sent you back.
Flight on Midgley's plane, and obviously he's being careful with it, but it's cool. Breeze is blowing a little bit, and we're just having a fun day out here with the 51s. 4 different ships with 51s here, and we got Big Jim and John, so Andy Lee is here, Modesto. Be a good test day. You can see the wing rocking, how rough the air is here, but the plane still seems to be going through pretty well. You can see the smoke flowing by, the wind is really picking up now. At least there's no wind today, huh, Jim? This is an unpiped 51, just running a normal Pro Stunt product tongue muffler.
The other subwoofer with the combination. This is fun. That's $11,500. You add the walls.
You like Midgley's ship? I'll sell it to you cheap. Tell him you're going to repaint it for him.
That flies good, don't it?
Tell them, baby. And if you've been watching the first two tapes in this set, you know we're wearing Midgely's plane. It's so windy out here now, but we are getting some test flights and we are having some fun, so...
And then they have not only the charges, they got a toner over the whole system. I don't know why they have to have a CD and a CD transfer. The CD comes in two parts.
I just traded Big Jim a stereo system for 5 reworked 51s, so he's sitting here talking about what a piece of shit the system is. Poor baby. Alright, give me your evaluation here. Hey Jose, on-camera interview.
On-camera interview.
You want to put the new numbers on it right now?
After flying the airplane one time, this airplane is a candidate to be refinished and to reside in my home. Midgley, thank you very much. I really appreciate the airplane.
I'll send him a tape real soon.
I mean, it
flies real good, doesn't it? Boy, you're only about the 9th guy that's flown it in the last week. The only guy hasn't flown it is Midgley. John, don't forget you got to reset that needle.
Wendy Arnowski. This flight is for the courtesy of Big James Greenaway. As you see him sitting right over there in his favorite seat.
Oh, Wendy did it. Whatever went wrong, Wendy did it. Believe me.
He blames me for
He's
everything.
been mixing Polish.
There's John. What'd he say, John?
Wendy blames me for everything, but in reality, he does it all.
And he blamed Andy Lee, and Andy Lee was in Puerto Rico at the
He
time.
won't even buy castor oil. He's been squeezing Polish kielbasa oil in it.
And the object of this ridicule is that man you see out there. Dave, I hope you don't have my address so you can't find this plane.
Sorry, Dave.
You just lost a good airplane, Dave, my lad.
Well, look at this. The birds are hovering on our field. Holy Christ. Look at these son of a guns. Hey, Jose, if they fly over when you're flying, be careful. I think Alfred Hitchcock's over here.
Okay, Jose, here we go. Look, he's out right on the deck, Jose, getting it all.
Evidence.
Bone.
Harry.
Birds. Hey, John, them birds are coming around here again. Geese. Geese-o-matic. give you the other motor? Jimmy! Today we're going to come out here and try to work with some props. We brought out all our props. Looks like we got a nice warm day, but it definitely is going to be a breezy day. It's already started to pick up a little bit. So we'll see what we can get. We're here alone, and unless somebody else comes, we won't get any footage today. Maybe Jimmy Casal will be here later. Yeah, I forgot about him. Well, I got a picture of Jerry Price. This is his Fierce Arrow, and he's sent along a little note saying he rebuilt the nose a la Big Jim nose construction, and it works great, and he just was thanking Big Jim, and maybe thanking me by mistake. He should be thanking Big Jim. Jerry Price of Burlington, Iowa, and he's picked up an awful lot off the videos and starting to contribute some pictures of his stuff. He has 2 Cardinal kits out there now and 2 Nobler kits, so let's hope we get some more pictures of the new stuff, especially the Cardinal kit, when he's ready to show it off. We'll be waiting, Jer. This is a real nice looking plane. Peter Zwada, this is his new plane for '93. Sent this picture along with some hardware that he sent me from Poland in exchange for a motor. Charlie Parkinson of North Carolina sent some pictures in of some of the things he's building. These are all the new planes for '93 to people around the country are building. Try to get this on the video. More of Charlie Parkinson's collection of airplanes, his Air Force. I guess one of the new planes he's building here. Looks like a Vico Chief here. Anyway, this is the end of Charlie Parkinson's pictures. And Kevin King from Canada has been doing the silver off the Pro Stunt videos. Looks like some of the pictures he's sending of his Cobra here. Argus, Cobra, whatever this is. Again, I thank all the people that have, this is Kevin King's stuff, I thank all the people that have sent these in. And here it is, just like Steve Woolley finished it. Beautiful. Now we're getting ready. We loaded up the van already today, and tomorrow and Sunday is the flushing contest. We'll try to get out there and get a little footage of some of the guys that have new planes for this season, and some of the planes you're probably sick of looking at. They'll all be at Flushing. It looks like we have a good weekend coming up, and I just hope the weather holds up. He copied my paint job. I want money.
It's kind of Mickey Mouse.
I'm going to send him a bill. Yeah, Mickey Mouse color scheme. I don't know. Can't go for this. Who else is here? Vic Macaluso with his Crusader jet. Bill Suarez. Mike Rogers' new show. Adamusco. Oh! Oh! He's here.
The man from
He's here. Mrs. Adamusco. All right. Hey, way to go.
I see you have your painting jacket on.
You got it. Heard you coming over after the contest to paint my house for me. Not a chance, huh? ripoff of a paint job this is, I'm telling you. Mickey Mouse decals. Oh my God, look at this guy. Unreal. By the way, ladies, he did not paint these lettering on a job. This is a press-on lettering job. Who monocoated this for him, Walter? This guy shows up at the Nats, ladies and gentlemen, protesting. He didn't monocoat this himself. File an official protest. This gentleman right here is Moses Quintana. He owes me about $300 from a debt he owed in 1960. Look at these guys. Hey! Who said they don't allow gays in the military? Look at these two guys. Hey!
I'm trying to sell him your kit here, but he wants your phone number.
Get out of here! He can't afford that kit.
Oh, he can afford
You can't afford that kit. That's money. Only Bill Lindemann can afford that kit.
I got money I haven't spent.
If you need somebody to help you count it, I'll help.
Jose, you want to buy that? Joe's selling it.
This one?
Yeah.
How much? $8,000?
I don't know. It's not cheap. That's what she wants.
He doesn't like that one? Or he built a new one already?
Knowing him, he probably got another wing starter already.
Yeah, give Moses your phone number.
Yeah. I don't even know my phone. I just moved. I know. I have to get it from. You know who's got it? Judy's got it.
I got it.
I don't have it written.
935. Get a pen. I need a pen.
Bill Lindemann doing the appearance judging on the planes. Yeah, the wing's starting to come up. Typical flushing bed.
Always cut them down. There's several
Now you'll notice these guys are shoplifting things, taking tip weight out of my plane, bending a landing gear backwards. Unbelievable. Unbelievable lack of sportsmanship here from Steve Busso, the man who promised the Cardinal plans in May of '92 and did not deliver. Come on, what's the excuse of the day club over here?
He had paralysis of the right hand, I was told.
He has paralysis of the brain, I think. Yes, sir, he promised the Cardinal plans in '92 and delivered in '93. Look at this. Would you buy a used car from this guy? Look at this. Here they are, putting dirt in my hinges. Unbelievable. Lack of sportsmanship. You like big flaps, huh?
I do. I think they're real big.
You like big women?
I don't know. Depends on who you're talking about. Where's she is? Local girl?
Never quick with a comeback. Steve Busso. Ready for the Johnny Carson show.
Politician.
Huh? Politician, yeah.
Never get pinned down.
I will not raise taxes. Read my lips. I will not raise the AMA entry fee. Look, thank you, Steve. You're a real sport. Anyway, I guess they're having a pilot meeting.
Yeah,
Let's go over and hear the bad news.
It depends if you want to start the taping or I'll start.
Billy. About 5 guys. So you can help out.
Clipboards, stop watch I got. I'm gonna give you a safety. Oh, it's only cute. Oh! Put it through. Yep.
Now look, you heard in the paper that Midgely's baby was kidnapped. Here's Midgely's baby.
Good, how are you?
Kidnapped. You gonna give him back?
Hi, Mike. No, this one's ours.
Oh.
This one. Hi. How are you?
Hi.
Say hi, Mike. I'm the latest addition to the Conti household.
Oh my God. Anything for sympathy votes. Hey Mike, don't you love these guys come in for sympathy votes?
Yeah, well.
Oh man.
Hey, this is your next flyer.
Oh man. The future of the event.
Later.
You know, I'm getting nervous. All the stunt flyers are showing up with babies. I buy a house and they have babies. I don't know, it tells you something. Something's wrong here.
Here he is.
Smile.
How old is he?
He's 6. How are you?
Bobby, you're number 1 fisher? You need somebody up there?
Now when you're ready, say. That's what I mean, yeah. Because yours have got a curl here.
How's he eating back here? What's he eating? Hey Bill, you chew like a cow. Jeez. Guy wins 1 trophy and he's chewing like a cow. This is going to be Vic MACALUSO'S, well, his first contest with the Crusader. This is the plane, one of the planes that was the feature plane on the Stunt Forum thing. It's basically an SV-11 modified to look like a Crusader, similar to Vic's older model. It was a 35 ship. Air is reasonable. I wouldn't say it's any better or worse than it was this morning. It's certainly flyable. Nobody's getting blown out of maneuvers. Notice Bob Lampione's pants. Can you believe this guy? He buys these at a women's clothing store. Let's see who else is here. GREENAWAY'S here. Guess which one is GREENAWAY, the nice skinny one. Mike. Mo Quintana sitting to his right. Mo Quintana, look at these pants. Can you believe this? Mike Cook, one of the judges. What the heck is Mike doing here? Oh, he's taking up the wing covers off of his Acromaster. Jimmy Connody's down here from New Hampshire. Good showing, actually. Pretty good showing today. Let's see how many entries they had in Expert later. Joe Adamusco's here. Vic's using a 3-bladed prop that he de-pitched himself. This is an OPS, a Bobby Hunt type of setup, Billy Werwich setup, OPS. of my plane! Vic Macaluso of Selden, Long Island.
Wendy, can you get my flight?
I'll get it, Jose. Let me get in position.
You don't really.
Oh yeah, the wind is terrible. The Shamu blimp is in here to videotape the contest. I don't know. You have the blimp flying overhead here and whatnot. All right, next up is Jose Modesto. He did some videotaping for me, so to get even with him, I'm going to videotape his flight. We're running out of batteries here, so very shortly we'll be running out of batteries, so we'll get what we can. These are all, basically everybody except Billy Suarez is flying a new plane that they're not real familiar with now. We had trouble, we had to take an attempt on the first go-round here. We had some junk in our pressure fitting. And we're still working the kinks out of this new plane, the tweener. Still trying to work out the kinks. Get the right prop for it, the right head on the motor and things like that. And Jim's been evaluating the VMAXs on anytime we've been able to get out of here, but we haven't had really a lot of good air. It's been mostly unflyable, windy air that we've had. So that you don't get a real picture of things getting better and worse, you just get a picture of can you make it through, can you make it through. And you know, I guess you've seen that on the last flight, even though the flight was a little rich, we did go right through, so. That's one of the byproducts of flying in terrible air all the time. How close to the gainer do you think you came? 2 feet?
I would say it was a 2.
2? Yeah. That's what Whiteley said, and he had paint missing on his rudder. I don't think you're missing any paint.
You gotta laugh at these things.
That was one of the prime square 8s of all time. Captured for you here on video. And you can see the wind is actually getting better and better now. It's better than when Billy and I flew, so I'll just see how the day pans out. Cardinals everywhere, pattern masters everywhere, jets everywhere. Good day. Good to be away from the sheetrock. And it looks like the pre-flight tension is getting to Jose here. Wiping his lines down for the 400th time. Come on, Jose, you can do it.
two of these pylon type connectors. Where do you get them?
Can that line connectors?
Yeah.
I got them. Yeah, I got them. Sullivan's that makes them, yeah. Jose Modesto apparently has a problem here. Let's see what it is. Maybe he saw me have a problem and he was jealous. Who knows? This is Jose Modesto's first season in expert, I believe. He was advanced last year. Actually, last week was his first expert contest in Harrisburg.
Joey.
No,
that son of a bitch is just going 15 grand and onto it, right?
and it's much leaner in outsides than insides. That's the problem.
You think that's a problem?
It's a tremendous problem. Now, I just want to thank Frank McMillan ahead of time, who is letting us borrow some of these photos. These are his personal photos from the '63 Nats. And these are probably going to bring back a lot of memories if you're as old as I am. From the '63 Nats, photos courtesy of Frank McMillan. Thanks a lot, Frank. Now, if you were at the '63 Nats, you know this is one of Les McDonald's, oh geez, I don't know, I don't even know what to say this looks like. It looks like Moses Quintana's plane, or similar to Moses Quintana's plane. And it's always nice looking at these old photos to see where we've been and who we're trying to copy. This is obviously from the age of jets. Right now we're going through the age of who knows what, the age of decrepit old men, I don't know. Anyway, we have a stack of photos here. I'll show them right up front here, and I think if you were at the '63 Nats, this is going to make you cry. This has the look of Jim Silhavy's plane, but yeah, it's Silhavy's plane. That's Silhavy's AMA number. I guess he had two planes that year, although I don't remember. Now, speaking of Jim Silhavy, this is a funny story Billy Werwich told me about Jim Silhavy when they were on the world team. And Jim Silhavy, whenever it would get windy, he'd say, "Oh, I'm not going to wreck the plane, I'm going to save it for a bigger contest." And they were at the World Championships and the wind started blowing, and Billy asked Jim, he says, "Hey, if you're not going to fly, what are you going to save it for, a bigger contest?" And I really don't know what the outcome of that was, but it was one of Billy Werwich's favorite stories. Anyway, one of the master finishers of all time, Jim Silhavy. Just another photo of Silhavy's plane, and I have to tell you, many times I'd be in the hangar going back before '63 when I was very young, and I'd go up to Jim Silhavy and say, "Gee, Jim, boy, that's some beautiful finish. How do you do that finish?" And he'd kind of put his fingers around his nose and say, "Lot of work." Well, Jim, thanks a lot. You know, that information went a long way while I was a kid, because I was determined to learn how to do finishing, with your help or without it. Either way, anyway, he set a hell of an example on finishing for us to follow. Now, this is Frank McMillan's first Martin Baker here. And it's a beauty. And I got to fly this at the, not this one, the other one, at the, let's go back, boy, I got brain damage. 83 or 85 Nats, I don't remember. And this was one sweet flying plane. And I love the growl, the wide open 60, you know, none of that muffled tune pipe nonsense. Men's aeroplanes, flown by men, for men, with deodorant. Keith Trostle's ship. Now, the date on this is 1972. I don't know if these dates are accurate. It looks like they've just been penned in. Yeah, the date is 72 on the photo. Neat ship, kind of an air racer kind of plane. Jerry Phelps' ship. If you look real close, let's move this over. You can see the lead outs coming out the opposite side of the wing. Jerry Phelps' ship from 1978. 1972 photo. He was the winner of the '72 Nats. Al Rabe, the Sea Fury, the awesome Sea Fury. Now, no name on that photo. No name on the back. Oh, this has the look in the back here of being, looks, I wish I could read the AMA number. Looks kind of like John DeTavio's Falcon. Can't really get the AMA number off it, though. Bart Klapinski. This was Dawn Cosmillo's ship. This was, talk about good finishing, boy. Everybody in her family could finish. They run a body shop. The whole Cosmillo family. Anyway, this was kind of a takeoff on Larry Scrinsey's Blue Angel, and had the same look, tricycle gear, whatever. Dawn Cosmillo. Mike Stott. Mike Stott's, I guess this looks like a chipmunk. Maybe this is the original chipmunk. Who knows? Okay, everybody should have their VCRs cranked in, tuned in, dialed in, have the beer ready, the pizza ready, or whatever. Put the wife to bed. Let's do video. Let's go to the shop. We do have some more pictures from Frank, and we'll use them on one of the future videos. And thank him again. Frank, thanks for all these old photos. They're really great. Drying up here on the number 2 plane. Ready to go to work. It's time. Now, the other day that we were working on this, we started the Letrasets. In fact, we only got one on, the 1993 in gold. We went through and sorted out our Letrasets into various piles and groups that we're going to use, laid out what it is we want to put on the plane, and we're going to try to get some of that on the video right now. Letrasets, ink lines, and possibly even on this tape start the clear coats, by according to how long this is going to run. So let's go to work. Time to go get busy. A little look at Steve Busso. Being we're going to be dealing with painting trim on this. We've already finished the lettering and the striping. We're going to get into the trim, and Steve is one of the masters of doing just that. He's the one, of course, that does all the plans for us. It's hard not to be impressed when you see the workmanship and the quality that this guy puts into his plans and his aeroplanes. If only he put it into his personal appearance, he'd have it all. Anyway, Steve, instead of ranking on you anymore, we're going to show a few photos and get into painting the trim on this 1993 Cardinal. Now, speaking of nice trim jobs, and this is just one example of a nice trim job. This is one of Jim Tate's old planes. Jim, of course, has the red, white, and blue on almost every plane he's built. He likes the red, white, and blue, whatever you want to call that, this being a Genesis. It gives them a nice look. I personally like to paint each plane different colors, but if you like one color, and in this case Jim does, one of the things you save is you don't have to buy new t-shirts and shorts every year. This is Ski Dombrowski's lace maker being launched here. Even though that looks like a human being in the back, that is a new type of stooge that Ski Dombrowski developed. It's made out of a mannequin, and it's made to look just like Sleepy, and it releases your plane for you. Instead of having the traditional tailwheel wire, it gives you the effect of having a flying partner. And it's available from Ski Dombrowski. It's called the Sleepy Stooge. Here's a nice picture of Louisiana Lightning in inverted flight when Craig Gunder was flying it. This is at the Edison meet in 1985. 86, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong picture. 1986, Edison. Here's a good example of a relatively exotic trim job. This is Louisiana Lightning. Built up flaps, built up elevators, foam wing core. Kind of an exotic paint job. A lot of striping, a lot of tape work, and this is what we're going to be showing on this video, the actual painting of the trim. Here's a good picture you may want to look at. This is Bill Rich had a head-on flew into the concrete, pulled out at -1 foot here, and this is what was left of his motor. We've always saved this. If Bill wins the Nats, we're going to present him with a blow-up of this photo. Yeah, Bill, I know, life is tough all over. There's what was left of Bill's plane. Johnsville, 86. Boy, there's a million funny stories connected to this plane. Mike flew this. This is his 86 plane. Small size LJ. You'll see how big the flaps are. This is an LJ. One of the things Mike did, when this plane crashed, he was going to wind up burning it or stepping on it or something. He crashed it, did some damage. I took it home and fixed it, of course, and I gave it to somebody who then flew it for about 3 years and got 3 good years of service out of it. You never throw them away, Mike. A nice picture of Russ Hunsberger in the days that he was building Jimmy type planes. They had just released him from prison here, and he still had his prison shirt on. 1986. Russ, you've come a long way, baby, believe me. I hate to look at these old pictures. Bill Suarez's jet, the bottom side of his Blue Angel replica jet. Kind of get the feel this photo should have been on the lettering job. The beginning or the end of the lettering video, the one previous to this. Yeah, nice photo of the cockpit detail that was in the MiG. Believe it or not, we still sell copies of plans of this plane to people. I still have some plans to this. Hard to believe people are still building these. This is a 1983 photo. Just another look at the 900 sweeper and the MiG together here. And anyway, okay, we're pretty much ready. You should have your VCR tracked in. You should have your tracks tracked in and your shirt tucked in and all that stuff. So let's go start the part of this video that really means something. Let's get into the actual painting of the trim. Now I would liken this time to giving birth of a child, and we're in the delivery room. So kind of looking forward to the next possible flying day that we can get out and fly them. Now there's a few things left, and I thought it'd be profitable to go over these on you know, on the part of this tape that we're hang on one second. President Clinton again. Ba 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 ba. Hey, sorry for the interruption. You know what that phone call was? That was Larry Drawn, North Carolina. And I can't tell you, we were on the phone for about 45 minutes. He's building a sweeper. And what I agreed to do, in fact you can see it's in the day's mail over there. I sent him a set of plans, horns, all kind of paraphernalia that I had relating to the plane. Now let me tell you, this is just one of the things that's special about the world of model planes, is we can share some of these hopes and dreams and things that we enjoyed. And you know, I really hope Larry, hey, I hope he's going to be sending me photos all through the upcoming season of the plane. Anybody doesn't know, this is a picture taken in 1967 of the original sweeper. We still have it in the garage. It needs some repair work. In fact, we got a picture down here, Billy Simons. Billy Simons, man, what a hero he was when I was a kid. Look how big he is compared to me. And he was bragging here that, hey, I'm bigger than the sweeper. Well, Bill, you are bigger than life in my book. Anyway, Larry, come on, Larry. And oh, there's another picture of the sweeper up here. My God, Larry, get with it, man. Get building. Send us some photos. Anyway, I just hope that's going to be one of the neat things in the upcoming season. And I really hope I can get together with Larry, either go down to his place or he can come up to my place or whatever, and we can trim this out and get video of the new sweeper. Unbelievable. 1,200 square inches. Bring on that B-17, Walt. Now I'll tell you, I'm just about as inspired and stoked as I ever will be. Working on this bathroom, though, is just killing me. Unbelievable. Anyway, I wanted to bring this. Here's what point we're at now, and I got all distracted with Larry there for a while, and it was worth it, believe me. When you can share these things with people, it's worth every minute. We're at the point of bench trimming, and this will be kind of a final bench trim. And we'll have to make a decision which muffler we're going to use, which nose weight. We want to start at using Jim's specifications. This, of course, is Pattern Master Aerodynamics from Big Jim. So we're going to start flying at 15% of the airfoil, and the first thing we'll want to do is find the 15% point on this, which is 8 inches in front of the hinge line. What we do is we measure from the hinge line forward 8 inches, and that's for the first thing of all bench trimming. Final bench trimming is to get that ship 8 inches in front of the hinge line, or 50 or whatever it is. And he was all stoked up last night. I didn't have time to talk to him because of so much work on the bathroom, but he was just bubbling over. He had gone to Walt Prey's, got Walt Prey to show him a lot of new techniques, and obviously we're going to try to document them all on a video. Walt Prey, I feel, is just one person. He's like a national treasure, and we should try to you know, take advantage of what he's learned, get some of the information down. for all posterity, just like I like to document my things for all time to come. You know, obviously none of us are going to live forever, and I certainly wouldn't want the information that I've learned in my lifetime, and I've learned it with bloody knuckles and callous knees. I don't want this to disappear with me. I want the guys like Derek Berry and Robbie Hunt Jr. and whoever to carry on the tradition that we've had all these years of beautiful airplanes, helping each other, and a family of stunt pilots that we really are. Really, really, it's the friends that are just unbelievable. Now, I think a while back, maybe on a previous tape, I showed this bathroom that we're making with a hot tub and everything, and this is what's really been eating my time up. Just unbelievable how much work has gone in, and my friend George Ventrini's been helping me. And, you know, I'm just sharing this with you for one reason. This has been an ass-breaking winter for me. I've learned the new techniques, new technology from George. And I guess George has been, you know, a key part of teaching me different things about doing housework, plumbing. What else have we done? Sheetrock work, tile. And I really enjoy learning from George because he makes learning fun. Working with him, and I hope that I'm making learning about the world of stunt fun for you too. Whether you're, you know, a super expert, a future expert, or whatever. Just the idea that you can share this, and believe me, you can see all this work. TSUNAMI still got built, even though we were doing all this work. You can see we're fighting on another rainy day out my back window here. Makes me crazy that we can't get a little bit of some nice weather here. Anyway, we'll go down the shop. I just wanted to show this bathroom. You know, it sounds funny, you're watching a bathroom on a video of TSUNAMI, but here's the point, is every one of us isn't born knowing everything. You have to learn. I'm learning from George, I learned from John DeTavio, I learned from a lot of other people. And these people have been instrumental in making it fun to learn. And in the future, I'll try to show this bathroom a couple of weeks, month from now, whatever, when it's finished. As TSUNAMI was built, this bathroom, the kitchen, whatever, went hand in hand. They kind of, it's been an adventure, is all I can say. An adventure, if you know where you're going, it's not an adventure. Now we'll get down the shop. You see what's cooking today. Now you may be wondering why I'm rambling on about this house and how much time it's taken. Well, there really is a reason for it. The reason is simple. I've waited all my life to have a shop like this, to have a place to work, a place to, you know, share the hobby with other people when people come to visit and stay here. And you look around now, if you look at some of the old videos from Union Avenue, my God, we've come such a long way, and I really, I'm kind of celebrating it. In fact, I'm really celebrating it just having talked to Larry the other day about, you know, him building another sweeper. Boy, that brought back a flood of memories. Anyway, want to do some work on this guy and kind of get ready, boy. I'm really looking forward to flying this. Now, I've said a lot of times about waiting for dope to harden before you go, you know, putting the final buff on it or whatever. This has been buffed out, I guess, 3 weeks ago, and I did a little test before to see if it's ready for the final shine. It looks like it is. Now, final shine is a product. It's made by 3M. It has no silicone and no wax. And I don't want to wax this. Let me just go over this. I don't want to wax the plane until the finish is fully hard, at least 6 weeks. That means if I run the motor, I'd have to wax the plane. I'd want to get some Simon Eyes or some turtle wax or something on here before I run the motor. I've done, well, not the smartest thing in the world. I ran off with a new plane one time. I just couldn't wait to fly it. Put the 10% nitro in, ran to the field. It was a new plane, didn't have a coat of wax on it. And I had a little bit of a spray coming out of one of the tank vents. It went back and ate the paint right off the front of the wing on the side of the exhaust on. A little coat of wax would have saved that. Also, any little, you hit a bug, dirt, grass, mud. Where we fly, it's always dirty. I want to get this, all the work I've put into this finish, I want to protect it as much as possible. Now, Final Shine is a product it really doesn't protect a whole lot, but it'll put a much smoother final buff on it without silicone or wax. And then what we'll do is we'll wait till right before we actually go to fly it, probably the day we fly it. Because without the wax on it, the final shine is okay, but once you wax it, you seal it in, and the paint can't gas off or get any harder. So, with that in mind here, take a little final shine on, and only paper towels now, no socks or anything. Pick a spot. You kind of use it just like you would buff and compound. As soon as it starts to haze up, and it hazes, I'm just going to do one little spot on camera here. Flip the rag over, get a dry spot on. Now when you're done with the final shine, if you final shine the whole plane, it's really going to look beautiful. And I would suggest you take a little jar of this, comes in 4-ounce jars. Take a little jar of this out to the gnats and put it on just before appearance judging. Now I can feel with my hands here and a spot that isn't done, you could feel the difference. You don't even have to see it, you can feel it, and you assume the judges are picking up the plane. Oh my God, oh they're excited or whatever. So I'll do it off camera. I want to get the whole rest of this final shined out today. That'll probably be all I can do today. And what we're really waiting for is a day to go flying. Believe me, the toolbox is packed, the fuel is packed. I don't know who's stealing all my good air, but I don't have any. Remember that old thing we always talk about an ongoing touch-up program? Well, I just scratched the wingtip out by the lead outs here. So as part of my ongoing touch-up program, actually right up until the time you walk it out to appearance judging, you should be doing little touch-ups on it. You never stop touching up a plane, that's for sure. Final shine is also half good as an aluminum polish, although you really have to put it in a drill press and spin it and use final shine if you want to get a real nice final finish. You can see how it does take some of the aluminum off. It does a half decent job of polishing anyway. Alright, with everything polished up here, the hardest thing right now is waiting for the weather to break. And we're sitting here. Now I still have to make up the grass gear. I still have to make up these little guys. Alan Ressinger sent me these and I didn't know if I was going to use them or not. I got to make different ones. I'm not going to make them today. At some future time I'll make these up. Not crazy about these. They're a little bit too small. The little Mustang exhaust. I have them on a Red Baron and on a Griffin. And if you think these are easy to make, just go make them. You'll be impressed in a minute how easy they are to make. Anyway, that's left to do. We could even do that after we fly the plane. I do have to make a set of grass landing gear for times. Hopefully the time that we fly this on the grass will be a bare minimum. Not looking forward to flying this at any time that you know, the field conditions are terrible. I have plenty of planes that are old and tired and don't mind flipping over in the grass. Now, this is one of the days I've been waiting for since Joe Adamusco first sent me that first letter and said, build Tsunami. Well, Joe, if you ever get to see this video, I built it. And this is a day I've waited for a long time. I have my two Reno air racers here, the Red Baron, Tsunami. Both of them, needless to say, are no more. The real airplanes, and these are my renditions of the stunt models that they could be, should be, would be, maybe will be. We'll see what happens in Texas. We'll see what happens in the '94 season. But it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time with the house. It's been a long time with many, many things I never thought were going to happen. I still have a few little details to work out on Tsunami. I have to make these little exhaust stacks that I have on the Red Baron. A couple other little details. We'll be working on them in the near future, but basically we are ready to go flying. The handles are in the boxes adjusted. Fuel is in the truck. Everything's ready, and all we're really waiting for now is some weather. And if you don't think I waited a long time for this day, believe me, I did. This was a long time coming, but it was worth it. You know, I remember a day I talked to Ted Fancher about this, about just laying around the house looking at the various angles of the model, and boy, I'm doing it today. I have a little time left tonight. I can sit here and just dream about days the Red Baron lived, the Tsunami lived, dream about John Sandberg's dream, all the little things that went into making this model. It's really the story of Tsunami, the story of the Red Baron, and the story of my life all in one. And the fact that I could share it with you on these videos is kind of a neat thing. And one of the things I want to make up as a trim part, I have a spinner here that's a little bit heavier than the one that's on the plane. And I want to paint it red so I can have obviously a choice of trim weights and a choice of appearance. A red spinner and a polished one. Either keep one or the other for appearance judging and use the other one for flying. Now, a good way to get aluminum, paint the stick half amount of stick anyway.